Hi, everybody. It's Mark Rushton of markrushtongallery.com. Saturday, March 23rd, 2024. And cheers. Got the kefir tonight. It's so good. Kelowna Supernatural, 100% organic vanilla kefir. 100% grass-fed. Made from the milk of Amish and Mennonite cows and fermented with those kefir grains. A likely good alternative for people who are lactose intolerant. Kefir is just, you have to find the right kefir. That's the thing. What am I working on here? This video is called 3-Year-Old Art because some people can't keep their comments to themselves. And my videos go out. I live stream to YouTube and then Twitch and Facebook. And I have a bunch of translator channels that the videos end up on. And some yahoo had a comment, called it 3-Year-Old Art, which I must talk about because I love the art of young children. I'll explain why. No 3-year-old could do this, and this is just playing around. I am just playing around with collage. I've got some. I'm gonna throw a little paint on tonight. Let me show you what I got here. So I picked this up at beautiful Hobby Lobby, which was just like, just getting in the door is difficult because the people are, in the way. Clear gesso. Now, I bought gesso before, but I've never bought clear gesso. Now, this doesn't look very clear to me. It looks like it goes on white, but I think it ends up clear. What I wanted to buy was gel medium, and they didn't have any. I looked everywhere. I looked in the painting aisle. I looked in the craft painting aisle. I looked in the adhesives aisle. Nothing. This was the closest thing I could find. Because I don't need any more adhesives because I have all this Yes paste here. Yes paste. It's a starch-based adhesive, which works quite well. But for other things, I might want to coat things in clear gesso. I kind of want to experiment. This is just an experimental one. See, now, I was thinking about doing collages a little bit larger than this, but always start small. Don't be too ambitious, at first. And then they're so nice. I just love Hobby Lobby. I love it because they don't use barcodes, man. Everything is they still stick a price tag on it, Gotta love it. Gotta love it. I just like, this is only $5.99. That's great. Then they wrap it up real nice for you. And I was running out of blues. I've only got like 4 or 5 in there, but gotta make sure I got the blues. Is this any good? Selma to Montgomery March. Okay. All right. What was I going to do here with this? Let's throw on a little. So I wanted to play around with a little bit of this here too. This is that, what do they call that? It's a kind of paper that they use for you get a present or something like that, and they stick this in there. My cat loves it. Cat absolutely loves it, and she will sleep on it and claw at it. And if you put this in her little perchy, sleepy area, it's just, she loves it. Something about, I don't know what it is with cats. They love the sound or the tactile nature of it. I don't know what it is. She loves it. But then she uses it up at a certain point, and then it's over. And then you have to get new, of this kind of paper. And my wife was going to throw it out, and I'm like, hold on. Hold on there. Hold on just a second. So I wanted to, okay, so that doesn't look very clear to me. I did shake it up, but let's go and it must go on. It's white and then it goes on kind of a clear. Well, this is kind of interesting. It's very similar to gel medium, although gel medium tends to I mean, gel medium isn't that much different from gesso. So what's the difference between gel medium and clear gesso? I don't know. I don't know. So here's part 2, kind of covering up the stamps, you know, maybe. And then I'm going to keep Buckminster Fuller's face out there. And tear a little bit of this off here. And kind of, let's do this. So yeah, some yahoo was like, just, you know, the typical flippant comment. That looks like 3-year-old art. I didn't make this in 2021. What are you talking about? So when I went to art school, I'm an art school dropout. I would encourage absolutely everybody to drop out of art school. You don't need art school. You really don't. It's too expensive. Unless you need somewhere to go for a few years to get drugs or something like that. Art school's great. I didn't do any drugs in art school. I was a little bit older than everybody. I was a few years older than everybody. I had a car, you know. Oh, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Anyway, and a job. And I didn't have rich parents. But I wanted to go to art school. I did that. And I dropped out. Entered the corporate world, tech. You know, that's where I need to be. The dawn of the internet. The dawn of the modern internet, you know. Modems, AOL, and that crap. Anyway. So when I was in art school down in Kansas City, I'd always go over to the Nelson Atkins Museum. And down in the gallery, basement, it's a great gallery, a great museum. And down in the basement is where they would have like different type of art classes for, you know, people of different ages. But they always had like an area where there was like, you know, the really short tables for like 3, 4, 5-year-olds. And then they were always having little shows. They would put the children's artwork on display. Like they're having a little art show or whatever. And I don't know, I just, you know, I guess I kind of wanted to be an art teacher at one point in time. But, you know, then I realized, oh, wait, they're getting rid of all the art teachers in schools and, you know. So, no jobs, right? No jobs. They probably wouldn't want to hire me anyway without without a PhD to teach, you know, elementary school art or something insane like that. Like, nah, I don't need to write I don't need to have a dissertation for teaching kids. And I'll just do that on YouTube, you know. So, anyway, I'd go and check out the different art. I just loved like the 3, the 4, the 5, 6, 7-year-olds. Before they really got corrupted, you know? Before they got corrupted by school. Man, little kids, they just got like the best imagination, and they put out the greatest things. Because it's so they might be following instructions, but they might just be following whatever's in their head. And whatever's in their head is always interesting. just is. I had my girls were little at one time. I saved a lot of their art. Some of it's framed. It's good. You know? I'm going to have to cover up Bucky Fuller there. Yeah, I'm going to have to. It's just not going to be. I want this to be kind of obscure, you know? Kind of like that, I guess. I don't know. A lot of layers. Let's just do a lot of layers. Layers. Levels, Jerry. A lot of levels, you know? You don't have to cover it all up just to cover it up. That's fine. That worked out really good. I think I'm a fan of clear gesso. Wow. $12.99. That's a. Everything's expensive these days. Except kefir, you know. I love that kefir. And so anyway, yeah, someone was trying to be a jerk. That looks like 3-year-old art. I love 3-year-old art. I don't know what you're talking about, man. Everybody's an art critic, you know. Everybody's a critic, period. I swear to God, I can't use any software without, you know, somebody wanting me to review it. How was your call? 1 to 5 stars. Like, you know what? I am not Roger Ebert. I do not need to review this phone call. Would you mind taking a short survey? Yes, I would mind taking a short survey. No desire to take a short survey. Man, I hate these big tubes. I got to use them up, though. So, I must have bought this when I was in Iowa City because it's a big studio acrylic tube. And what I buy, and then I've got other stuff too. I got like these for some reason. And then I've got that, the basics. Why did I buy so much paint, right? So now what I buy, again, this is Hobby Lobby. Look at this. I buy the little, these are shorter. And so they're not, these are easier to get the paint out of. I know you can, this is supposedly like a better deal, but you spend so much time just dealing with the gigantic, it's just not worth it. All right. Where are we going here with this? Well, before I put paint all over my, what a mess. I want to try something else here. Try something else. You got it, Rushton. You got it. I can't believe anybody's watching this. This is great. Put a little. So yeah. Someone was trying to take the Mickey out of me, and I was not having it. I just do not care. Art, art is just. I mean, what are you supposed to be with an artist, right? Are you supposed to be famous, or are you supposed to sell stuff, or whatever? It's like, that's Never really been my motivation. Well, what are you doing on YouTube? Well, you know. Got to do something. You know what I found out? I found out that turning the camera on and getting on YouTube was pretty good motivation. That's a problem down there. There you go. I'm going to try to do too much. I'm going to over bake this cake here. You know what I mean? I'm just going to mix that clear gesso in with the paint. Maybe. Do you have any idea what you're doing? Not really. That's the fun of it. Now, I kind of want to mix back in some of that blue ink. Now, the paint might be just a little too wet, but let's see. I'm just going to kind of play around with it down in this corner. I got that'll work. That'll work. I want that to be a little okay. Let's just go and it's like watching paint dry, right? Listen, I'm in a transition phase right now, you know? This is not easy. Getting out here and firing up the old camera. Yeah, it's just it's so much easier to just, you know, not do that. So much easier to just mindlessly surf the web or turn the TV on and watch some sports ball, which that's fine. It's fine. If you want to do that, that's fine. But I don't know. This is what I like to do. Make a mess. See what I can turn this into. Now, some of the collages that I saw this past week that kind of inspired me to go down this road. They were like a little bit more foggy is probably the best word to use for that. They were kind of foggy. You know, there was like kind of like what I did last year with the what are those things called? The book paintings. The book paintings that I did, where I took a book that was going to be thrown away and painted over it, so it was like kind of part of the book you could see. I got them right over here. Let's let this dry here for a second. I'm gonna go get the book paintings. I think I can do that with this cord. Do I have enough room? Have enough room to get over here to get to where my stash is of book paintings? Come on, where's the book? There's the book paintings right here. Arm's length. Or as my mom would call it, boarding house reach. Let's go through the book paintings real quick. So I worked on this last year. I'm going to let that just dry for a little bit. Clear gesso. What's not to love? So book paintings. And again, these don't have the... here's what you need. You need one of these here. And they're behind plastic, but... So I would take the book pages, which were convenient for this 8x10. I think the interior cut is like 6.5 by 8.5 or something like that. And so you kind of turn it into this sort of, you know, not exactly a mini Rothko, but kind of a landscape type of motif where on first glance, yeah, it looks like a kind of an abstract landscape, but then there's these words coming up here, right? That's pulling out of its cage here. I mean, that looks almost like the Big Dipper in the sky, doesn't it? Kind of. Not quite, but it's like an evening pink sunset, you know, green pond. Sort of the Big Dipper up there. Pink sunset. It's called Pink Sunset. This is in the gallery, Mark Rushton Gallery. I thought that was clever. But, you know. So I did like a whole book of this stuff, you know. Ultrametric tree of organizational structure. Pull this one out here. These are all great. I should have done this with like a famous books, you know, but that people get upset. Oh, you tore up a famous book. Oh, well, you know, we can't print another one, you know. Can't do that. But I love that, you know, like that distant landscape out there. That's pretty cool. Oh yeah, this is nuts. See, now I'm going to go through these, and it's been an hour going through these here, but what's this one called? Dissimilarities. You know? That's kind of neat. Really what I ought to do is I need to scan these and then, I don't know, maybe like put them on a t-shirt or something. Because the originals they haven't been selling lately. I should scan them because something like that's cool. That might look good on a t-shirt. It's very, very Rothko-esque, but with the words. You know, you go into the gallery and these days, and people have got the words and the letters and the writing on the paintings. This must have been in the winter because I'm very seasonal and must have been snowing. Oh yeah, obviously snowing. And you know, that's pretty. I gotta do that. I have to do that. You know, I have to pull these out. I think they are scanned, so all I have to do is crop them. Would that be, is that fair use? I don't know. Anyway. Book paintings. And then lately, let me show you what else I've been working on here lately. The thermal printed photos. You know, been using myself as the guinea pig. My wife Ann. Poor Ann. She's had some health issues. I made this one into one of those canvas bags, polyester bags or whatever. I thought that was pretty good. No one bought that. Shop local for the holidays. Nobody bought it. That's a photo I took of a marquee, you know. I thought that was pretty clever. I thought, I'll sell some of them. Nope, didn't sell any of those. George Washington. Nobody cares about George Washington. Frederick Douglass. No one cares about Frederick Douglass. Airmail. Yeah. Christmas. Christmas is canceled. And then I gotta love this the stamp here for the Verrazano Narrows Bridge. You know, that looks like that's almost like a Beastie Boys limited edition single cover, something like that. That's the kind of thing you would expect. To the 5 boroughs, you know. Going in the graveyard. The key that was not the key to my dad's safety deposit box. The Chrysler 300. Love that. The Galaxy. I got all. There's my dad. There's Ann. I turned that into a bag. I call it the Ann bag. And then I get all this sort of stuff. Geometric things. Willie's Jeep. The Jag. Love this. This is the lake. It was done during the day, but I made it look like it was the evening, you know, sort of static in the sky. Oh, that's great. That's good. Anyway, getting off topic here. How's this doing here? Is this still dry? It's still wet. Still wet. Well, I think I'm gonna talk this out here for a couple of minutes so I get my what do they call it? My thumbnail, you know. So I've evolved this. It's, you know, I'm not going to be able to knock these out in 10 minutes or anything like that. I kind of want to just keep playing around with it and see where it goes. Because, yeah, I put all the stamps on there, then ultimately I covered up the stamps because that just didn't. It just didn't. With collage, I mean, you can just put as much as you want on there. Just keep throwing those layers on. As long as the adhesive holds, you're good. And plus, it was kind of fun to play around with the clear gesso. That's a winner. Love it. And then, you know, it's all the other things that I've been using around here as kind of feel like I'm kind of getting my groove back a little bit. All right, maybe this hasn't quite come together in 1 or 2 evenings, but for a while there, I don't know. I jump from thing to thing, and I kind of want to move on to the next thing and have it be kind of like the previous thing, but just kind of expand out. Again, I'd like to do bigger collages. You know, I've got some 24 by 24 canvases back there. You know, that's a lot to fill up, but I mean, if I can do this on like an 8 by 10, it'd be kind of fun to blow this up to something a little larger and then try to film it. That'd be kind of cool too. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with me. Mark Rushton of MarkRushtonGallery.com. Think about, you know, looking in the description. I've got a mailing list. I'll crank out another email tomorrow. I do one every week, talking about what I've done this past week. And anyway, I'll talk to you later. Thanks so much for hanging out with me tonight.